You are welcome to another episode of the Blessing Show on Emotion TVGH. And on this episode, we are going to have a very interesting conversation. But once again, let me remind you that this program is supported by Jeffries Electricals. Jeffries Electricals. They are distributors of all the C-Touch brand of electrical products, and you can contact them on 0534 662 329 0534 662 329. Jeffries Electricals have all kinds of bulbs, lights, electric wires, sockets, and everything you can think of when it comes to electrical products. And once again, you can contact them on 0534 662 329. And then also, Allure Marketing is also supporting us, and their number is 0209 335 924. Allure Marketing is into outdoor advertising. They have billboards at strategic points in the city centers and on the major busy roads. So when you really want to advertise your business on billboards, then you need to contact Allure Marketing. Once again, their number is 0209 335 924. And also, Impressive Foods have been supplying our breakfast for the show. Impressive Foods have all the traditional cereals and grains, ranging from Tom Brown, Obrayu, Egwegwemi, our own capitals, and many others. And you can contact Impressive Foods on 0244 642 896. 0244 642 896. They do deliveries as well, so you call them and you tell them I said you should call them for all your breakfast needs, and they will get you sorted. And now let's move on to the topic of this episode. I have had the opportunity to write SOPs for many people who want to travel to further their education, and others who also want to do their masters even here in Ghana. And anytime I am approached to develop SOP for such candidates, what I really look at is their CV. I request for their CV. I look at their CV to see what they have really studied and what they have been doing, and then see the marriage between what they have studied and what they are doing, and how best we can project it into what they really want to do in the future ahead of them, and for which purpose they want to further their education. But many times when it gets to that point, I see a lot of inconsistencies over there, which makes my job difficult. And not only that, but I begin to ask myself, what path are these people really treading on? And what is even their plan and purpose in life? Because sometimes you see somebody doing a particular course at the senior high level, and then they pursue a first degree or undergraduate studies in a particular area, and they finish school, and you look at their work experience and what they learned from senior high and their undergrad studies, you don't really get the consistency over there. So it is like in Ghana here, we go to school to learn something, and when we come out of school, we look for any other thing to do. We seek for whatever is available to do, whether it has any form of relationship with what we have studied or it does not have any relationship. Whatever is available to give us food, we land on those jobs. And in future, when we want to pursue higher education, then the problem comes in when we have to connect our knowledge and our experiences. For example, somebody who studied business administration at the university, finished school, He couldn't start any business on his own. He couldn't get any administrative job in any corporate organization. And he starts doing something in tech, as in he is into computer and technology kind of stuff. And such person wants to further his education in the field of business, to go and do maybe MBA or something. And you look at his resume or you look at his CV, you studied, for instance, business at the senior high, you studied business administration for your undergrad studies, and then now when you finished university, you went to work in the tech field. You want to go to the university again to do masters in business administration. What job experiences do you have in the business field that will serve as a springboard to catapult you into the next level of your education? That is nil. And then sometimes to, with this same example, the person did business in senior high, did business at the university for first degree, and then they started working in the tech industry, and now they have found their passion in tech. They want to do masters in tech. And then we look at your previous knowledge. All your previous knowledge were acquired in the studies of business. Now you want to do masters in tech. What is your background knowledge in tech? Nil. So you see, when you get yourself into this point, that is what you have studied against your new passion, then you get locked up. That's why most people end up doing 2 degrees or doing so many kind of degrees, and that becomes a really big issue. Maybe you don't understand how we are going about these things. Let me break it down. When we say SOP, it is simply statement of purpose. Before you proceed to do your master's or higher education, you really have to state your purpose for which you want to pursue that kind of course or education, and how after completing that studies you will really make impact in society, and what previous work have you done to merit the education you are now pursuing. And so when the foundation is missing, there is no way any university will admit you to pursue that higher education you are seeking. And also, your foundation must connect or match with the new level of education you want to pursue. And that is the problem I was explaining. And you see, sometimes the real issue is I get into contact with young people and I ask them, what do you really want to do with your life? And some will tell me we want to enter into the security services, police, military, others. Somebody will say, I want to be an entrepreneur. Somebody will say, I want to be into the media. And then I ask them, so what are you going to study to get that job you really want to do? And they don't even know what they are supposed to study. And that becomes a problem. And I feel the statement of purpose that we write when we want to do our masters or pursue higher education should be written when children complete junior high schools and they are about to enter into the senior high schools. At least by the time every individual attains the age of 18, they might have written their statement of purpose in life. Christians, we really need to take this thing seriously. When we gather for youth ministries and all those church gatherings, these are some of the things we really have to look at, preparing and equipping the Christian youth to take charge of the future ahead of them. And you see, there's no way to build somebody into becoming a better person without the person knowing their purpose in life. So statement of purpose shouldn't be limited to the point when we want to pursue higher education, but when we begin our journey in life as Christian individuals, we must be made to write down our statement of purpose. So you see, even when we enter into prayers and we don't really know our purpose in life, then what do we pray about? When we have our statement of purpose clearly written, then we take it up to the Lord in prayers. The Bible says, fa w'akwan nyinaa ɛhyɛ Nyame nsa na fa wo ho ɛto ne so. W'akwan ɛne say, what is your purpose in life? Commit it into the hands of God. But when you live a life without purpose, then what are you really committing into the hands of God? And let me cite this example with myself. This work that I am doing, if someone had asked me about 20 years ago, or when I was at the senior high school, that what work will you do in future, there was no way I was going to mention this job I do now, because at the time I was in senior high school, I had no clue that there was even a job somewhere. And you see, this is why our education system should be redefined. At the point I was entering into senior high school, and even at the time that I completed and was entering into training college, I did not even know what I was going to do with my life. It was just that I have finished senior high school. I wanted to go to the university. There was no financial support, so I had to find my way into the teacher training college. And then what was I going to do at the teacher training college? Okay, it was like, use that as a stepping stone, get a job, and when you get some money, you further your education. So up to that point, when I was even entering the training college, I did not know what I was going to really do at the end of it all. There are many people who go to the university to finish degrees in various courses. They come back home, finish their national service, and they sit down, reflect, and say that they discover their purpose in life after they have spent 3 years at the senior high school and 4 years at the university, 7 years. And these years become almost wasted, because what they studied all along this period becomes different from what they really seek to pursue in life. Some people have gone to the university to do the sciences, to do the languages, and to do other courses, and they come back and see that no, actually they are supposed to be carpenters. Actually, they are supposed to be in the fashion industry. Actually, they are supposed to be in the media, and all the knowledge they acquired in the sciences and the maths and the other areas, they put them aside and begin to start afresh. And so when it happens like that, it draws us back. That is the reason why we are having such programs like this to enlighten the Christian youth. And if you find this program useful, don't hesitate to share it on other platforms and to other people to watch it as well. So now, if you are a young person who is about to start or about to make a decision in the chosen field of studies in education, and you come into contact with this video, then you don't have to make the mistakes some of us already made. Now, sit back, define your statement of purpose, then choose the courses that will lead you into fulfilling that purpose for your life. And you will see that life is not supposed to be difficult at all. Life became difficult for some of us because we did not see the road clearly ahead of us. We had to go round the bends, pass here, pass there, and even some of the associations we made, some of the friends we made, some of the connections we made were nowhere in line with our chosen jobs. So you see that you are doing media, but most of your friends are teachers. You don't really have enough friends in the media landscape. You will struggle. But then when you start from the scratch in the media and you grow up, at every point or at every level, you come into contact with important people and they help in shaping you for the future ahead of you. This is the Blessing Show on Emotion TVGH, and my name is Emmanuel Blessing. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Unfortunately, this is where time will permit us to draw down the curtain on this episode. If you find this content useful, share it with other people to also watch. Thank you so much for your time. See you once again on the next episode. Bye bye.